Welcome back. This is the third video in the How to Use Cyberboard series. And the first one, we showed you how to use it just as basic as possible. The second one shows you the so-called advanced level, shows you how it should be used. And on this one, I just want to briefly go into what all these things do. I think all of them also have a pull-down equivalent. I just use the icons. It's easier and faster. So, we still have our Empire of the Sun game up. And this first one you're going to need, it's the toggle board scale. All cyberboards toggle to 3 scales, ridiculously small. Can't tell you what that would be good for. Detail view, there you go, super detailed. Some games, have a bunch of pieces or all concerned with a smaller part of the map. This one you're almost certainly want to play from the mid view. That's it, 3 views. This toggles all the counters off so you can see what's underneath in the spaces. This rotates the board. I've never had any call to use it since most of us want to have it board facing this way. These you don't need to use at all. This is show object tips. What you can do on any piece is if you click on it twice, you get this box and you can write something in it. Then if you do, and you have this on, everything here is a toggle pretty much. Like here, if you want to put the Major Teriyaki is the leader of this army. Rarely really useful, but it can be. Then these are the counter trays. They're toggles A, B, and the markers. I have all 3 of them on. Then show messages that somebody sent you. Customize toolbar. All of these things can be sort of pulled down like this if you just want to have pieces. Then these are redundant ones that we also have over here. These will only light up when there's a move to be made. So move 1 step into the current move to the end of the move 1 step back, move to the beginning of the move. Then these are saving and opening the files, same thing that you'll find here. These are the key ones. Load a recorded move file. So if I want to make a move in my game, I have to click this. It'll go to wherever I last saved the file, and it'll have my move files. And then I can load the move. Or if I make a move and I want to record it, I go send recording to file. And the same thing will come up. Change the file name, save it. Same thing again. This is discard current recording. It's a great way where you can just try stuff out. If it doesn't quite add up or you want to do something different, you just jump back to the beginning without having to reload the file. These other ones here are only going to come active when they're relevant. So, for example, once you have selected a piece, you could begin a plotted move. And the plotted move is just do a little raid. Goes like that. You have to accept it once you're happy with it. If I'm not happy with it, this will just cancel it. But it won't cancel the whole file, just my one piece. But I accept it, and then it goes there. Okay. If you want to send your opponent a message, you say here, I don't know what you're going to say, I don't understand. Do little rules. Or whatever the case may be. Usually, what you actually use this for is to announce your attacks. Air raid on Tokyo. And you want to roll the dice. How many dice you want to roll. And how many sides. This is a 10-sider game, so. And also if you have modifiers, you can add them here. But so I roll a 10-sided die. It's a 4. Let's say 1 damage, whatever the case may be. Send and close. So now it's recorded as part of your move. If you want to do another one, you just hit it again. If you just want to roll dice without a message, you can do that as well. And then these 4 actually are kind of important for managing your map. So, for example, here's a good one. If you draw a box around it, you see everything in the space. But let's say you need this 18 on top, this move piece to front. Boom, now it's the top piece. If you want it on the bottom, now it's the bottom piece. And so, it's a lot here. So you get all this and say, okay, maybe you want to organize this into a stack, draw a box around it, turn it into a stack. If you need to flip a piece, right here, flip it. They're all toggles. So some cyberboards stack nicer than others where they actually offset a little bit, so you don't have this single stacking. This isn't one of the ones that does that, so you kind of have to do this on your own. But you can always just see it by that. And that's it. This manages that, manages your counters. This is the die rolling aspect. This is the saving and loading aspect. This is the playing through your move. This is Chrome stuff. This manages the map board. That's pretty much the pieces. And then the counter trays, as I mentioned in the previous videos, the cards are owned by the sides file that you have once you've created a game, so your opponent cannot see your cards. So if you look in here, this is actually the cards in the deck. You can't see those either, but your current hand, this is your current hand. And if you were to, you could even put them out here, cannot see them. If it says owned by Japanese player, you would have to have the Japanese file in order to see it. That's pretty much it. And to allow it, you would go like this. It's also up here, I think, under Actions, Release Ownership. Now when you mouse over it, no more message. This one, owned by Japanese. This one is now visible. And one other thing is, sometimes you want to keep something in place, like a trench or something that's just not going to move. You can lock that in place. If you don't want your opponent accidentally moving it, say this War in Europe counter is going to be there, then you can go Action, Lock Objects. Now it doesn't move anymore. And all of them are locked. If you want to move a locked object, suspend object locks. Now they can move again. Really, the only other thing you need to do. I think that's it. If you have any questions, there's a whole community that's happy to help you out. I don't know if you can reach me on YouTube, but feel free to send me a question or something. I'm happy to answer it. And this is really keeping wargaming alive, because we can play complex games very easily on our computers and send tiny little files back and forth. So I hope this is useful to you. There's a sort of a competing product called Vassal, which does exactly the same thing, has the advantage that you can play live online with another person. It's more complicated, and to me does some annoying stuff. I would prefer this, although I play a lot of Vassal games too. It's also worth checking out. It requires that Java be running on your machine, which I prefer not to be doing, but this requires nothing else. So that's Cyberboard. If I missed something obvious, give me a shout please, and I'll endeavor to fix it. Thanks.